So today we have a great gathering of people who have come here from many different countries, but also, of course, the majority of people here are from Singapore, so from different places, and of course, people belonging to different groups, different communities, and you have all gathered here today, which happens to be a very auspicious day. It is the day that we commence these activities, but it coincides with the Tibetan New Year. So today it's the day of Losar, and it is extremely auspicious that we have such a beginning. And so today, starting from today, Rinpoche will give a number of Jenangs, and there will be great rituals and pujas. They all encapsulate the essence of the teachings of Buddha Shakyamuni. In particular, today in the afternoon, we will receive the Jenang of Black Manjushri. There are many different types of Manjushri, so the deity of Manjushri can come in different aspects according to the 5 lineages, and Black Manjushri is just one of those aspects. As with every activity, especially when preparing to receive a Jenang, it is very important to set your motivation, especially at the beginning. And especially because today is the first day of the year, it's the Losar, so it's very good to adjust the motivation properly at the beginning of the year and before you receive this initiation. Also, I think keep in mind that the next Jenang that we will receive is the Jenang of Buddha Shakyamuni. In this world, there are many teachers, but the supreme of those teachers is Buddha Shakyamuni, who is also known as the lion of the Shakyas. So we will receive tomorrow the Jenang of Buddha Shakyamuni. In any case, at the very beginning, it is important to set the motivation. If you have a proper and solid motivation, that makes a great difference because it guarantees that the actual part of the activity, whatever action you engage in, will also be properly and thoroughly done. So setting the motivation properly makes a big difference. Okay, so as we said, the Jenang is only later today. It's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. However, Rinpoche said I thought it would be quite useful to talk a little bit about the motivation now, because that means you will have the opportunity to reflect on those issues, and when we begin with the Jenang, you will be well prepared to go ahead. So as we mentioned, setting the motivation that happens at the beginning makes a big difference for whatever activity follows after that. So if you set your motivation, and the motivation is a virtuous one, any Dharma practice that follows after this, such as, for example, engaging in receiving the Jenang and so forth, all of this will be solid virtue. And therefore, listen carefully. When you set your motivation, do not set a limited motivation. Do not just think about your own purpose, your own goals, perhaps. Do not just think about something that you want to achieve in this limited life. Rather, expand the motivation as much as possible. So to give you an example, you could start thinking that just like me, there are so many other living beings and they all experience suffering. So in order to benefit them and alleviate them, I aspire to reach the state of Buddhahood, to benefit all those sentient beings. So that will be an excellent motivation. Another excellent motivation will be that whatever practice I do today, I wanted to become a cause that will contribute to peace on earth. So these are examples of very good motivations. However you set your motivation, just make sure that it goes beyond your own personal limited interests. Just make sure the motivation is very wide. And setting the motivation properly will also help you during the actual part of the Jenang. a crucial part of the Jenang is the various visualizations that we have to follow. Of course, we will be guided through those visualizations, but it's very important to be able to grasp the understanding of what is described to you, understand what you need to visualize, because without the proper visualization, it is very difficult to actually participate or receive the Jenang. And therefore, you setting the motivation properly from now, and of course at the beginning of the Jenang, will help you be able to follow properly with the visualization and have a successful Jenang. Right, so thank you. That was what Rinpoche wanted to give you as preliminary instructions, and thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
非常谢谢大家。